All right. Hey guys. How's it going? It's Joy and I am back, you guys, with another video. I hope that everybody is doing swell and staying safe. So you guys, I have a pretty interesting topic today that I wanted to share with you guys. And if you are new, welcome. My name is Joy and I am a narcissist abuse coach. If you are returning, hey. Now I know that I am on here a little earlier than usual, but I'm back. So, as you guys could see the title, we're going to be talking about overcoming disappointments because you guys know that disappointments is something that us as human beings, we do experience this, and it can be difficult to discern, it can be difficult to understand, and it can be difficult to move forward and be productive in your life after dealing with disappointments, and just life in general. It doesn't have to be necessarily a relationship. Disappointments could be literally anything. It could be, work, career, family situation, or whatever the case is, personal life stuff. So yeah, you guys, I just wanted to talk about it. And I did take some notes because I wanted to make sure that I didn't forget anything. But one of the things that I did wanted to say, and before I do get into it, I do have some information that I wanted to share with you guys about. Remember, you guys remember me talking to you about the course that I was going to share with you guys, the reparenting course. I am going to be talking about that a little bit after we talk about this topic. But please, you guys, feel free to chime in if you guys want to share what you think about how you deal with disappointments. And hi, Peace. How are you doing? How are you feeling today on a Sunday? And chime in, Peace. How do you deal with disappointments, Peace, and how do you overcome it? I would love to hear, anybody watching would love to hear your feedback. I am doing good. Thanks. Thank you for asking. I'm happy that you are well. So let's just go ahead and get right into it, you guys. So, so you might be like, what is a disappointment? So you guys know disappointment is basically an experience you have where maybe something that you hoped for or something that you was wishing for, or maybe something that you could have been dreaming about or really wanting to do or to have, and it may have not gone in your favor. It may have went another way, or something else came up and you could be feeling left disappointed, or just really kind of devastated about it, or you could be really upset about it, and that's completely understandable. Again, we're human beings and we have different feelings and emotions, so I get it. But the key is that you don't want to stay in that particular disappointment, because that's where the depression comes in. That's where the anxiety comes in. And it's where, like panic attacks and this like personality disorders and some eating disorders and mental illnesses can kind of come into effect. So you want to make sure that you do feel your feelings, which is what I'm going to talk about now. But again, you don't want to stay there. You do want to make sure that you do reach out for help. You do reach out for support. So you're just not stagnant and complacent, because that's where a lot of people do stay at, unfortunately. Peace, you said how I deal with disappointments is not to get my hopes up too high. I learned that through my 33 years of it. Okay, I love that. Yeah, no, that's a good point. Not getting your hopes up too high. Kind of like set the expectation where it's like, you're wishing and hoping for the best, but you kind of prepare for the worst type of deal. And the other thing what you can do is understand that God is in control at the end of the day. And, whatever we want or whatever we hope for, we could really want that. But at the end of the day, we have to understand that God has other plans, and, we're not in control. I mean, we are God's children, and we can only follow his lead, because at the end of the day, we have to realize is that God is the one that makes the final decision. He's like the final judge, and that's why I think people say like only God can judge you. Like, and that's true. I mean, you have other people that will judge, but that's a real thing. Like, God is he has the final say, So, Peace, you said God won't disappoint us, but people will, I just go with the flow of life. Okay, yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. And I was just going to mention it. Yeah, God will never disappoint us. And that's the other thing is like, you might want something, or you want to get something, or you may want to be this way, or you want to do this. and you're like, yes, I really, really, really want this. And, God, he sees people's hearts, and God can see in the future, and God might be trying to protect you for something, or from something or someone or people, and he might not allow you to have it until at a later time. But the thing is, and what I'm learning myself is that you can't really put your trust in people. It is what it is. Sometimes you might not even be able to put your trust in friends. You might not be able to put your trust in family members, right? People even in your immediate family, you might not be able to put your trust in them. But one thing that you can do is put your trust in God, and that can be kind of scary, right? Because, we can't see God, we can't feel God, we can't touch God or anything like that. But, that's just what it is, and one of the things, you have to understand sometimes is that rejection is protection a lot of times, so if people reject you, again, this could be relationships, this could be jobs, opportunities, locations, or whatever the case is, whatever you have going on, and you like, dang, like I didn't get it, or I wasn't able to go here, or they turned me down, they said no. It's just like, you got to remember that rejection is God's protection, because again, God can see what we can't see. Because the thing is, and this is what I'm learning too, and you guys can let me know. And PC said, oh, thank you. I try to wear them every now and then. I usually wear my glasses when I drive, but sometimes I might wear them on the live. So, but thank you. But yeah, God, he really, he can see things that we can't see. Because again, it's people like narcissists. We may not know that the person is a narcissist, but God knows that the person is a narcissist. Or, not even if the person is not a narc, let's say they could be toxic, they could be unhealthy, or they may be an envious person, they may be jealous, or they may be a nosy person and stuff like that. We may not know because, people are really good at putting on a front, or a lot of people, unfortunately, are good at being fake. And, people, they like to play a role at times and present themselves in a way. We may not see that based off of how they're presenting themselves, but God can see it. You get what I'm saying? God can see people behind closed doors. God can see, what people are doing. And you may not see it because they're presenting to you a different role, but if something doesn't work out with a particular person, place, or situation, you have to realize that God is doing that for your good. God's protecting you. God's keeping you safe from something that you may not see coming, and I hope I don't sound like a preacher, because I'm not trying to be, but no, I just really, I'm learning surrender and trust in God, and having faith and knowing that, God, he knows what he's doing. He's literally in control, and he's best. He has everything under his protection. He's protecting us because he loves us. We're his children, right? So anyway, you guys, but yeah, so going back to overcoming disappointment. So if you're dealing with a disappointment, like I said, whether it's with a narcissist, or it could be work, job, another situation. So you have to accept it. You have to accept that it happened. It maybe didn't work out in your favor, and it is what it is. You can't change it. You have to move forward. And I know sometimes that can be hard, because it's like, oh, I really wanted it. Sometimes it could be sometimes it could be really stubborn and try to go against it. But it's no, you have to accept it, right? And again, everything does happen for a reason. And the other thing is, if you are dealing with a relationship, with a particular person, it's like a narcissist, for instance, or someone that's toxic, you have to remember that, we can't change these people. As I always say, you can only change yourself. You can only work on yourself. You can only improve yourself. And the thing is, by you improving and working on yourself, maybe you can inspire that person to be better, or, to want more out of their life or whatever, but you can't, force them to do something good for their lives if they don't really want it in their heart, they don't really feel it, and you shouldn't feel bad for that. It's this is your life. You're not living anybody's life. You're not responsible for anybody. That's for another video. I think that's big, because I do feel some people could feel oh, you're responsible for me, you know, if you have this certain level of status or rank or whatever, you know, people could be comparing themselves to you and they could feel like, oh, well, you have to get that for me. You have to do this for me. You know, it's like, no, you know, those are people that are like entitled, kind of like narcissists, right? But anybody watching, chime in, and you can chime in as well, Peace, what you think, and add in on anything else that helps you overcome disappointments. Because this is a big thing, because we experience this a lot of times. Maybe we could experience this daily, you know, weekly, or, you know, so it's always good to be able to manage this and to be able to cope, you know, because some people don't overcome this. They just kind of stay stuck in this type of energy, and you don't want that to be you, right? So, but yeah, and then again, everybody's on their own journey. Everybody's doing their own thing. So we should not try to compare our journeys to other people, you know. And the other thing is, you know, as I always say, feel your feelings. So, you know, if you're feeling sad, feel sad. If you're feeling lonely, feel lonely. If you're feeling upset, be upset. If you're feeling angry, be angry. But again, don't take that out on anybody, you know, but handle it in the proper way, you know, because again, whatever you're feeling, it's in you, it's in your heart. So you have to release it accordingly, you know, because if you don't release it, what you're going to do is you're going to end up, kind of bottling all of that up, and then it's going to come out on an innocent person, you know, so you don't want to do that, you know. And then the other thing is, you know, try not to be bitter about it. So, you know, it could be like a relationship. You could find out like, oh, the person was with someone else, or you could have found out like you got cheated on, or they lied to you, or maybe you could have found out somebody that you was dating got married, you know, or you could have found out that somebody got a promotion, or you could have found out that somebody else got the job over you. It's just kind of like, you know, instead of being bitter about it, instead of being jealous about it, just accept and say, hey, you know what, maybe there's another opportunity out there for me. Or, you know, maybe you can accept that maybe there's going to be another person that comes into my life, you know, that could be even better. And I'm going to make a video about that as well. You know, having a like an abundant mindset when it comes to dating and relationships, and just opportunities and different things that we all deal with, right? So yeah, like instead of being bitter, do better, you know. And then the other thing is, you know, just forgiving yourself, because like sometimes, you know, you could have felt like you made a mistake, or, you know, maybe you could have chose the wrong person, or maybe you could have felt like you relocated somewhere and it didn't work out, you know, or maybe you didn't trust or listen to your intuition. It's totally fine, you guys. We're human beings. We do make mistakes. But the thing is like learning from your mistakes and really learning to be more like trusting in yourself and being more discernment. And I get that, because, you know, me, myself, being a former victim and survivor of narcissistic abuse, I did have a hard time trusting myself and listening to my intuition. So that actually has been a journey for me. And make sure y'all give this video a like if y'all come in the room, and introduce yourselves. I know, Peace, you're in the room. Anybody else, if you're in the room, give the video a like. Where you from? How y'all feeling? But yeah, forgive yourself, and thank y'all. And if you are having a difficult time forgiving yourself, maybe you may not be ready, or that's fine. Like, you know, you may have to take some time to forgive yourself. Maybe you can write yourself a letter or something like that. I always recommend that actually to my clients, like to write themselves a letter, or write a letter to the person that hurt them. I mean, don't send it to them, of course, but, you know, let them know like how they affected you, and, you know, whatever what happened, and just release it, let it out. And then you can be able to move forward from there. Now, I'm not saying that that's going to heal everything, but that's actually the process to, you know, working through that recovery, you know. Peace, you said, if I ever come your way, can I take you for lunch? We could talk about narcissistic people and lunch. You know what? I'm not sure. Probably not, but I do thank you for the offer. But yeah, no, I appreciate that though, Peace. But yeah, no, I appreciate you, Peace. But yeah, so like, and then I kind of just said this right now, like learning from it, and you know, not repeating the same mistakes, you know. And the key to not repeating those same mistakes, right, is doing the inner healing. You know what I mean? Because some people could feel like, oh, you know what? I don't really want to talk to nobody. I can just get underneath somebody else, you know, and may not understand what happened to them and may not do the inner work. So that's why it's important to, for one, educate yourself on what happened to you. So learn like what specifically has hurt you, what has harmed you, what specific issues you're dealing with. And then you could, whether you want to do it alone, because some people can, because I didn't do it fully alone. I did talk to someone that was a counselor, but she didn't really understand what I went through. But if you have that opportunity, do talk to someone that has dealt with narcissistic abuse, because that's going to be able to help you on your recovery and the healing. And what it can actually do is lessen the amount of time that you need in order to heal. Not saying you're going to rush it, but that person can be right by your side, helping you to understand the mistakes, understand the pitfalls and the things that you're going to run into, especially when it comes to keeping those boundaries up, dealing with the narcissist, because you guys know narcissists don't like boundaries, right? And I actually do have a course, you guys, that talks about building better boundaries. If you guys want to learn more about that, you can definitely go to my website and look into that. But yeah, so hopefully that was helpful. And then the other thing is, you guys, please feel free to chime in, is you can be a little bit more discerning when it comes to listening to God, or maybe that could even be building a relationship with God, because the thing is God is always giving us signs, and he's always nudging us and saying, okay, don't do that, or don't go there, or don't say that, or, this person is not for you, or this opportunity is not for you, but sometimes God, he could test us and see, like, if we're going to do it, or if we're going to say certain stuff or be in certain places. Like, he's always testing us, right? So you do just want to make sure that you have a relationship with God, and you could really listen to what God is telling you, or listen to the signs and listen to the nudges that God is trying to guide you and help you with. So that way you can avoid narcissistic people, or avoid toxic situations, or avoid toxic environments, right? And that sort of thing, like trusting your intuition more. He said, okay, he said, I'm not, that's, what is he? Well, you know what I can do? I've never thought of this. Maybe we can do like a, this could be like a group thing. Like, maybe we could do like a little lunch for narcissistic abuse survivors and victims. Wouldn't that be cool? Maybe we could do something like that, next year or something. That would be nice. But it could be like a group of us, people, we could share our stories and share our experiences and stuff like that. Maybe, what do you think about that piece? You're too funny though. Yeah, it could be multiple people. Yeah, that would be cool. If anyone's interested, let me know. Maybe we could pick a location, and it could be kind of like a workshop, or like a training and stuff like that. That would be nice. And I did even talk about group coaching too. I was thinking of maybe doing a group coaching, because I know a lot of people like the individuals, but sometimes the group it's good to have, other people that have gone through a similar situation, because it's relatable, and you're not the only one, you get me? And you can get to meet other people and mix and mingle and stuff like that. So I'm thinking of doing something like that too, though. But you guys will have to let me know if there is a certain topic. But I'm gonna share with you guys, like I mentioned before, in regards to reparenting yourself in just a bit. PC said, because it's hard, because some people think we be lying about what happened, but it's good to talk to others too who understand, right? Yeah, no, I mean, and it's the thing with the narcissists, they're so cunning and manipulative. They can trick people into thinking that we're the ones that's lying and we're the ones that's making things up. Because the thing is that the narcissists, they play a role. So the role they play is, oh, they're so sweet, they're so nice, they care about people, they want to help people, some of them are preachers too, some of them are in the church, stuff like that. But I did not meet a narcissist. I was in church. But anyway, yeah, they play a role, and then what they do is they treat people on the outside really nice, but they'll treat a person that's really close to them, whether it's certain family members or certain associates or other people, they will treat them horribly, and then the people on the outside that they have been nice to, when you tell them how the narcissist has treated you, they're not going to believe you, because they don't have that same experience, So that can kind of make you look like you're lying. It can make you look like you're the crazy one and that you have the problem, when in reality, the narcissist is doing their dirty work behind closed doors, right? So, PC said they lie so much. They go before us and they set the stage. Yeah. But they get uncovered. Absolutely. Absolutely. No, that was the case for me. I told you guys, I had several people that I was connected with. One person actually did kind of catch on to the narcissist. She tried to warn me, but I didn't listen. And that can happen to you too. But the one, actually two of my friends, one friend in particular, I used to stay with during a time when I was in a transition of getting my own place. She didn't really know the narcissist like that, but out of nowhere, she had connected with the narcissist, and she was like, "Oh, I like him so much," and I was like, "Okay, cool," you know. And I think the narcissist was doing this on purpose. And then when I started telling her like the things that he would say and do to me behind closed doors, she was like, "What?" She was like, "I like him." Like, girl, like, don't worry about that. Like, you should talk to him and this and that. I'm like, what? You know, so you just really have to be careful. Like I said, narcissists are very manipulative and very sneaky, and will, again, treat other people that they don't know, or like they may treat your friends and your associates very, very nice, but they'll treat you horribly because they're setting it up for where, you know, you can't leave, and maybe it might be a smear campaign after that. And, you know, they're going to be having more people on their side versus you. So, you know, you're left to feel like, well, dang, am I doing something wrong? Should I really leave? Or, you know, am I the problem? You know, so, you know, you're basically like getting re-victimized over and over again, you know? So you do just want to be careful about that. But yeah, I hope that was this helpful. You guys let me know, you know, in regards to overcoming disappointments after narcissistic abuse, because you will be disappointed when you're dealing with a narcissist. They're not going to do anything that's going to make you happy, that's going to please you, that's going to make you feel secure with them and make you feel happy to be with them. Like, that's the complete opposite what they want for you, you know. And it's a sad reality. So you're going to have to be able to cope with the disappointments, and you know, really, you want to make sure that you're taking care of yourself at this point. You want to protect yourself. You want to have compassion for yourself and really love on yourself. And if you don't know how to do it, connect with people that do, right? Or do your research or read books and do that inner healing work. You know what I mean? You said I learn honestly to stop caring what others think. Okay, yes, I love that. Yeah, don't care what people think. And how did you learn to do that piece? Or when did that happen for you? When did you say, like, I don't care anymore what people think? But I love that though. Like, yeah, it doesn't really matter what other people think, because people are going to have their own opinions and think what they want regardless. So it doesn't really matter. Peace, you said one thing about God is he has his time for exposure, them backfires. Yeah, it does. Yeah, the narcissist's true colors are always going to be revealed, or it could be like fake people or jealous people, envious people, or nosy people. Whatever, you're going to realize a person's intentions after a shorter period of time, because a lot of the people that come into your life, they want something from you. And if you don't give it to them, then you're going to see their true colors. So that's just what it is. So yeah, you guys, I hope that this was helpful. So I do actually want to shift the video really quickly. And so you guys remember, again, I was telling you guys about the course that I was thinking of coming out with, which, like I said, I'm thinking of doing like a group coaching, whether it's a meetup or just a program where we can connect virtually, but I'll talk to you guys about that at a later time. But reparenting yourself, the reason why I thought about this, because I don't know if you guys remember, I had like 6 votes. People voted. They're like, yeah, like, do the course. And so I love this because I do feel like a lot of us victims and survivors, we could have came from, you know, households that were very dysfunctional and very unhealthy. And, you know, it could have been a lot of like generational curses going on. And, you know, that can actually really affect your adult life. You know, it's difficult to connect with other people, have relationships and love people, and to emotionally be available because of what happened to your past. It could be like where you don't trust people and you're just like always on guard, or you could push people away because you're just so afraid of being hurt, like how you was as a child. So I feel like, you know, for those that are interested, please let me know. I would love to have a course called reparenting yourself, so that way you can learn to reparent yourself, basically become your own mom, become your own dad, you know, and Peachy said, I learned this because at the end of the day, they did you wrong, and God knows. Yeah, even the ones who helped them gotta pay because God don't like them. And yeah, God doesn't like ugly, you guys. So, and that's my thing now. I'm just like, I don't do anything to anyone that I wouldn't want done to me. And maybe this could be the way that you guys should live. It's just like, whatever you put out there is gonna come back. So if you don't want nobody doing nothing messy towards you, don't be messy to other people. It's just as simple as that. So yeah, so guys, in this course, what we're going to be talking about, if you are interested, like I said, we're going to be talking about, breaking the dysfunctional patterns of the past, generational curses. We'll be talking specifically of the curses that you may have to break and how to break them and how to move forward from that. And then we'll be talking about how to be more nurturing to yourself and to your inner child, because I do understand that a lot of people's inner child has been hurt. It could have been abandoned. It could have been traumatized, humiliated, rejected, neglected, abandoned, right? So we're going to be talking about that. And then, being more protective of yourself, of your inner child, being more loving and caring to yourself and the right people, because you don't want to just do this to anybody. It has to be the right person. So we're going to be talking about this in the course, and we're going to be recognizing the wounds that you have experienced as a child, and we're going to be working through that, right? And PC said, I've seen people do horrible things, and when it came back on them, it was 10 times worse. Yeah, those people are just, yeah, I mean, that's why I'm just like, yeah, like if you don't want to have anything bad come into your life, don't do bad stuff to people. It's just as simple as that. Like, I mean, yeah, because my thing is now, like how I live, I'm just like, I know God's watching and I fear God more than anybody. Like, I'm always just like, yeah, I know God is right here. God is like making a list of like who do all this bad stuff. I'm like, nah, I'm not trying to be on that list. Like, because I mean, this may sound crazy, you guys, but I have seen people like actually die because of like certain things that they may have said or did. And yeah, you just don't want that to be you. It is scary, but he's, like I said, he's the final judge. He has the final say, and so you just want to make sure that you're always on the good side of karma, so. But yeah, that's a lot to handle. But yeah, so in this course, you guys, we're also going to be talking about being more assertive. We understand how important that is, especially like if you are empaths, if you are sensitive individuals. Being able to be assertive towards people that may have bigger personalities or louder or stronger personalities, how to keep yourself protected. And PC said people don't know energy, it goes on till it returns. Yeah, man. It's like my energy, I just send good energy and love to everybody. And even if people send me other energy, it's just like, I'm sending it back because I don't want no parts of that, honestly. So I get that piece for sure. So yeah, and then as I said, in this course, we're going to be talking about being able to make peace with your parents, because I do understand that a lot of people, not everybody, but some people could have relationships with their parents that are not the healthiest and probably not ideal. And so, just making peace with your parents, and then, like I said, becoming your own parent at the end of the day, right? Because for me, I find that that's better. I mean, and God bless my parents, I love them, but sometimes it's just that they were not able to do what we maybe needed them to do back when we were children. And it's just like, it is what it is. But now you have to learn to nurture and love and protect your inner child, because nobody else is going to do it if you don't do it, And then the other thing is in this course, what you're going to be able to do is to have more time to retreat and to reflect on your past. And, what I'm going to actually do with you guys is helping you to come up with tools and skills and coping mechanisms to help you to, make peace with the past and to reflect on it, so that way it can be better, right? And then also, you can also have more time to spend it on the people that actually love you and care about you and support you, which I do support you guys if you're watching, because I do understand like how it could feel not to have people that support you. Because I remember like in my journey, I don't know. I felt like people didn't understand me, and I feel like people didn't know like what I went through. I had a handful of people, thank God, but like for the most part, I was by myself. It was just me and God. And I had my YouTube channel, and that was my biggest outlet. So yeah, and then the other thing is what you're going to be able to have in this course is having better boundaries, as I mentioned, why that's very important, and standing up for yourself, of course, and being able to sharpen your intuition, which is really crucial, right? We have to be able to have a good intuition so it can really protect ourselves from danger, from dangerous people, from dangerous environments, and dangerous situations, because it's people are always trying to come towards you and around you and distract you. And you just want to make sure that you can listen to your intuition, trust yourself, and then be able to move accordingly, right? And then, and the other thing is what you're going to be able to have after taking the course is you're going to be able to have more energy to focus on yourself, to focus on your inner child, right? That's key, right? To reparenting yourself. And then not only that, but you'll be able to have more happiness in your relationships, because again, once you learn how to be your own parent, you stop looking for that validation. You stop looking for approval and acceptance from your parents. And you're just like, hey, I can accept myself. I can approve myself. I can validate myself. I don't need to have validation from my parents. I do it myself. And I feel like a lot of us, we're not taught to be like that. I feel like we're taught to get validation from other people. Like that's where that codependency comes in, right? So you're going to be learning how to do this on your own, You guys see like the importance of that? Peace, you said, I just blew you a kiss, catch it. You're too funny. You were too funny, Peace. So, but yeah, you guys. And then the other thing is we're almost done here though, but I just wanted to share this with you guys. And like I said, let me know if this sounds good, if this is something that you would like to join or you have interest in. But the other thing is, is having better performance in relationships and having not just performance, but just having an overall better relationship with others, with your kids too, and even at work. Like maybe you can perform better at work, maybe you can hit your goals better at work, or maybe you could be in the works for a promotion, or maybe you might get a raise at work because you're loving on yourself now, you're loving on your inner child, you're more playful, you relax now, you're not worried about a lot of things anymore, and that sort of thing. Oh, okay. It's so funny. Thank you for that. And then the last thing, you guys, if you all are interested in learning more about this Reparent Yourself course, is you will be able to do more things you love, of course, because again, once you do heal your inner child, not saying that your inner child is going to go away, but it's just like the things of the past are no longer going to hurt you anymore. And so it can help you to be more so like in the present moment, and you can enjoy life better instead of being bogged down and, so focused on the past all the time. You could be focused in the present, and you can be more confident enough to pursue your goals and pursue your dreams and do things that you really love and do things that you really enjoy. And if you don't know the things that you really love and enjoy, then you can explore that, and then all that sort of stuff. And then you guys, as I always say, you can do the inner work. And that way, again, the pain of the past will not affect you in the present. And the trauma and the humiliation or whatever it is that you felt of the past won't affect you in the present. Because I do feel like a lot of that does stop people from living good lives and having really nice relationships and having better performances at work or just in general. It's like what happened to them in the past, right? It could be recent past, or it could be like all the way from childhood. Like people can go through like some of the most horrible things as a child and has never really recovered from that. But no one has ever told them like, hey, like you have to work through that. Like your parents can't do this for you. Like you have to do this for yourself. You get me? So that's what the course will be about. So like I said, if you guys are interested, definitely let me know. I'm thinking of releasing it either this Friday or next Friday. And I'm trying to see, do you guys want this to be like a group course or do you want it to be individual? Like I would really love to know, because as I said, I really just want to help people, because I know like how your inner child can affect your life. Like right now, I've literally talked to like tons of people, and because of what happened in their past, it's affecting their present. And it's like kind of, it's a what is that? It's like a barrier. It's like something that's holding them back from being able to be happy and for them to be able to progress and actually be productive in their adult lives based off of what has happened to them as a child, you know? So you don't want that to be you, right? So you guys, if you are interested in that reparenting course, like I said, I'm going to be releasing it this week or next week. And I'm thinking it could be a group course. Does that sound good? And if it is a group course, I'm thinking 5 people, maybe 3 or 4 people can be in it. So if you are interested in that, maybe, yeah, like, what do you guys think? Maybe it should be maybe 4 or 5 people. If you want to be in this reparenting yourself group course or group coaching, if you want that, then let me know. I'm kind of getting, maybe it's a course. I'm kind of getting a course. So that way, because what it will be is more so like self-study. But what we can do is do like weekly live streams, weekly or bi-weekly live streams. And, you know, it's going to be video course. So you go through the course. And then if you guys like have any questions when we meet up on the live stream, then you can ask them. And then, you know, we can all just kind of discuss like, you know, things that are coming up for us or what your challenge or struggle is. So, and the piece you said, you remember that show, The Walking Dead, This Is How the World Is Now, Narcissistic. Yeah, it's sad. It's sad. You know, you said either one is cool with you. Okay, you said my grandmother and mother are narcissistic. Yeah, man. I don't know what it is, and you guys can let me know. Is it me or is it like the older generation? Not all. I'm not saying all. Like I said, I love my parents and my elders, but I feel like a lot of them are narcissistic. I don't know. You guys can tell me, but that's just been my experience. You guys know my aunt. She was a narcissist. I lived with her for 5 years. Highly narcissistic. And I mean, like I said, my uncle and my dad, I don't know. It's just something that's off. I'm not calling them narcissistic, but I know for a fact that my aunt was. But it's like my dad and my uncle, they were raised in the same household as my aunt. So it's just like, I don't know. I guess it's just a different generation, a different era. You know, a lot of us younger people were different, you know, even the generation after me, like my younger cousins, they're kind of similar, but they still have their own little things that they do. So, but I don't know. They're just very like stuck in their ways, old school. It's just like, I don't know. And Shay, you're interested. Okay, cool. Yeah. So send me an email at Live Narc Free. It's not gonna be that much because I just want to help folks. So $27. That's probably going to be how much it is. And so, Shay, do you want it to be a group course or do you want it to be individual? Because I feel like maybe the group would probably be good because I feel like, you know, we can all kind of connect with each other and, you know, share each other's stories and, you know, cope and help one another in regards to the reparenting course. Okay, you said either. Okay. Well, what I am going to do, you guys, for the course, okay, a small group. Okay, got you. So I'm thinking, so let's do for this time, let's do 4 people. So 4 people that are interested in the reparenting course, go ahead and send me an email at livenarcfree9@gmail.com, or maybe it'll be a group coaching. How about that? Let's do a group coaching. And then we will kind of discuss about the reparenting yourself. Does that sound good, you guys? Yeah, that's what we'll do. And then, yeah, we'll go from there. That's what I'm thinking. It's either a group coaching but then I feel like I do want a lot of people to like know about it. So, okay, this is what I'm trying to see what we should do. How about PayPal or Visa debit? Oh, it'll be PayPal or debit. Okay, so how about, okay, it will be a course. How about we'll make it a course because I want all of you guys to know about it and learn about it. But whoever does sign up, what we'll do is a weekly live stream like this. And then if you guys have, or we could do it either on YouTube or we can do Zoom. And then if you guys want to chat about what you think about the actual videos, because it's going to be videos, right? And then I'll give you guys some worksheets for the course. And then you guys can ask me questions about whatever, or you can share your particular story about how it was growing up as a child and how you're coping with reparenting. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. And then we'll do the group coaching. We'll start that next year and we'll have a different topic, or maybe we'll actually combine this. But yeah, let's do the course. We're going to do the course, and then we'll go from there. Now, like I said, I'm going to release it this Friday or next Friday. It'll probably be this Friday, and it'll be just for $27. And it'll be, like I said, a few videos, worksheets, and then we'll go from there. You said, hope y'all don't be blushing too hard when you see. Oh my God, what? You're too crazy. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so Shay and Peace, send me an email. And then I'm going to send you the information for the course. And then what we'll do is we'll set up the link so that way we can do the weekly live stream. And yeah, we'll do it like weekly up until, so because you guys can do the course, or if you feel like, well, after either before you finish it or after you finish it, whatever the case is. But we'll do the weekly live stream and go from there. Does that sound good, you guys? I just want to make it so that, I'm helping as many people as possible, but, we kind of get together so we can all have that collective healing, because talking about like, childhood traumas, that's really sensitive and, it's personal. So I do get that. Yeah. So we're either going to do it here on the YouTube or we'll do it on the Zoom, either way. And you said you got like 10 email addresses. You were too funny. You were so funny. But anyway, you guys, I'm signing out. Okay, Shay. Okay, cool. I am signing out, you guys. I hope that this was helpful and insightful, you guys. I love you so much. And if you guys have not, make sure that you do get my book called Reclaim Your Life Back. You guys can get that on Amazon, or you can go to my website. You guys know where I share my story about narcissistic abuse. And actually that might even be a bonus. If you guys do get the course, you might actually get access to my book. So that's another incentive, but just saying. But anyway, make sure, instead of that, if you want to get both, you can. But yeah, get my book. I give you guys actually practical tools, tips, and advice, about how to heal, move on, and recover after dealing with narcissistic abuse, because you guys know that this abuse is not easy. And you know that most people don't talk about it. It's super hidden. And it's good to be able to move forward, because you guys know some people don't recover from abuse. They don't, and a lot of times people that don't get help, people that are like, oh no, like I don't need to get help with abuse, or I can just move on and underneath somebody else. They either repeat the same cycle, the same pattern of relationships, or they actually become a narcissist themselves. And two, they actually end up pushing good people away from them. So they unfortunately never are able to find a relationship that's satisfying and fulfilling for them. So again, you don't really want that to happen to you, because you end up living a miserable life and you end up living a lonely life. And, you don't deserve that. And yes, Peace, I will put my link here if you guys want to purchase my book. Yes. Highly recommend it. You could add it to your collection, your library collection. Because the other thing that did help me, you guys, was reading. I read a lot of books. That's my link right there, you guys. And I'm gonna sign out pretty soon, but yeah, you guys, I read so many books, and I remember like every day I would go to the library and I would just read about like everything. I read about abuse. I read about childhood traumas. I read about personal development, self-help, like some authors that I remember specifically, like Les Brown, Napoleon Hill, Louise Hayes, so many more. I think Queen Latifah was another book that I read. Russell Simmons, some titles. It was You Can Heal Your Life by Louise Hayes, Les Brown, You Can Live Your Dreams. There were a couple books. I think it was like The Positive Mind Equals a Positive Life or something like that. The Power of Now. Think and Grow Rich. I read that book. What other books? I've read so many. There's like too many to name. But that did help me with my healing. But not only do you want to read books, you guys, but you actually do want to take action as well, because I mean, you could read as much as you want, but unless you're actually implementing the information, that's really key. You get me? So you do just want to make sure that you're being active, like an active listener and an active learner as well. You don't want to be one of those listeners and learners where you just listen and you never take action. Like, you want to make sure that you're being active with it and productive. You get me? Dragon's Pitchfork. Sorry I popped in late. Good to see you again. Still editing your episode. Okay, that's been a while, man. I remember that. I remember, Shaw. Well, let me know when you put it up and I'll post it. Hi, Shirley. Yeah. All right, you guys. So I am signing out. Like I said, hopefully this was helpful. And like I said, if you guys want to learn more about my reparenting course, definitely go ahead and send me an email. I know Peace and Shay are interested. And if anybody else, you want to learn more about nurturing, healing, and overcoming your childhood wounds and traumas and becoming your own parent, reach out to me. I'm going to be releasing the course, and then we're going to be having our weekly meetings and, helping each other heal and recover. So I love you guys so much. Make sure that you do subscribe to the channel, give this video a like. And if you guys want to reach out to me for a support session, or if you want to inquire about my 90-day coaching program or my books, definitely go to my website. And I look forward to hearing from you all. Take care. I love you guys so much. Until the next time. And Dragon, you said a lot going on. I will definitely be well. Keep going. Oh, thank you so much. All right. Love you guys. Bye.